Hey everybody, it's Tim Derling. This is Tim's Vinyl Confessions. Welcome to an album in review. This is where I take a classic album, talk about it, maybe shed some light on an album that might have passed people by back in the day. And back in 1991, saw the fourth album from one of my favorite Canadian bands, Honeymoon Suite. Well, that's what the disc looked like. I've got the, let's get the booklet out here. Monsters Under the Bed. This was the first new album from HMS in 3 years since Racing After Midnight in '88, and they had two songs on the singles in '89, but a little change in membership this time. Gary Lalonde on bass, Dave Betts on drums were both gone at this point. They'd since come back, and Ray Coburn was returning on this album as keyboard player. He left after the Big Prize. And of course, you had the core of Johnny D on vocals and Derry Green on guitar. This album came out on Warner in Canada and in Germany, some parts of the world. Unfortunately, it did not come out on Warner in the US. They had lost the US deal at this point. It's a shame. This is a really, really strong album. The first single and the first track in the album, Say You Don't Know Me, one of my favorite HMS songs of all time. I think Little Sister is a great hard rocker with a really, really poignant lyric. They get a little deeper on this album. Bring on the Light is about the Oka crisis in 1990. If you're in Canada and you're like my age, you remember hearing about that in the news all the time. It's got The Road, dedicated to a friend of theirs, Mark Kaporal, who passed away. The band sounds great on this album, and really good sounding album too. It was produced by the band along with Paul Northfield. Paul Northfield's a name a lot of you should recognize as an engineer and a producer in his own right. Worked with Terry Brown, so you'll see his name on a lot of Rush albums and Queensryche. Worth revisiting. Could stand with a reissue. Honeymoon Suite from '91. Monsters Under the Bed. Today's an album in review.